Alright, so I kind of thought what I would actually start doing was I had finally got Bandicam full version. So now it gives me the ability to just, solidly straight record, and I don't have to worry about it cutting out. You don't see the watermark anymore, so that is nice. And that was one of the reasons why I hadn't really been making videos and stuff. But then, then my good friend said that he saw a server of a new server that came back of MapleStory private server. So I thought I would have some fun with that. I hadn't played in a private server in a while and stuff of MapleStory. And this also is the first time of actually doing video stuff of MapleStory. I had done some videos before of MapleStory, but just never uploaded them because then I just kind of got a little bored of playing the server. But this server is definitely a lot of fun. This is MapleSEA as a private server, so it's a little different. It's not exactly, you know, basically like what MapleStory is. Um, not everything is the exact same kind of thing. They do stuff a little different, and obviously, being a private server, obviously it's different itself. So it's not a bad server though. I honestly, like I said, I honestly really enjoy it. Um, just what's going on in the background here though is just me playing a Phantom, and I mean honestly I've never played a Phantom before. They seem to be one of the more like overplayed classes, I guess you could say. So that's kind of why I just didn't really uh, didn't really know if I wanted to make one, but I thought, why not go ahead and make one and go ahead and record. Here I'm buying my pet and the item pickup though. Obviously, if you're starting out, you wouldn't be able to get that. But you can see, like, as I'm killing things, I'm randomly getting NX. You can see it in the somewhat the top portion, kind of the screen. You can see it says gaining cash, and that's NX. It happens randomly, and it doesn't really increase too much. I mean, once you start killing mobs, they're like level. Um, I think once you start killing stuff, it's like level like around like 150. That's where it starts becoming really noticeable. You start getting like 80, close to 100 NX per kill. There is a really different ways to make money and stuff on here and all that, and I've been seeing that like it doesn't really seem, at least whenever I search for SolumSEA, which is this private server, don't really see too many videos on this. So I thought, why not go ahead and actually start making videos? Now, basically, when uh, when kind of doing these videos, it might also take me a while to make these because of the fact that trying to get enough stuff together to make the videos and whatnot. But I mean, I figured this would be a good way to kind of start off a series at least. I mean, for the one, I'm not. I I've more played older Maple than I have played of newer, so uh, it definitely takes a little bit to get used to on the fact that all the new stuff, new classes, all that, and I mean, I've played plenty of servers, that had Phantoms. I even played a Phantom in GMS, but just never got it very high level. It was probably like maybe in the 30s or something. Didn't get too high, and that was old. That was like when they first came out. I think it was like within a week of them coming out, I made one. So I mean, that was definitely a while ago, and I don't really enjoy actual Maple because it people constantly say it's not, but I honestly say MapleStory is way too much of a pay to win game. People can differ on that, but honestly, with the fact that there's people out there that there's a boss. A lot of people say that most people can't kill it. The only people that can kill it are the people that have spent like $500,000 on the game. So that's one of the reasons why I enjoy playing a private server. And I mean, I've been liking the newer Maple a bit more than older, because there's more monsters to go kill. You know, there's just all around there's better training spots, and not only that, you know, there's other things that you can go and do. You know, instead of just going and killing things, getting your equips and things like that. There's way more to the game with higher levels, and that's definitely a reason why I like the newer Maple, as well as the fact that it is a little bit faster to level. Of course, this server is 20 times experience, and the place I'm at right now, this place is actually boosted experience. And for this server, I thought like I wanted to actually make a leveling guide. Now, with what I'm doing actually here, it actually costs NX to come in this place, but it's definitely worthwhile. You'll probably make your NX back if you're here long enough. You'll probably definitely make the NX back, so it's definitely worthwhile. Like I said, you know, I'll end up making a guide on this stuff, and it will be part of someone else's guide. The number one person on the server, he actually made a guide on the forums. I'll be using part of his guide, but I want to add some stuff to it as well for people that maybe you're new, or maybe you just don't want to do this. Maybe you kind of think it's a little cheap, you know, kind of cheating because you can level so quick. But at the same time, if you have the NX to do this, you know, like once you're able to come in here, you know, have your you need 2500 NX to come in this place. Once you have it, I mean, you come out of this place, you'll have probably over that. So you know, you can then continue just training in these maps. And like I said, you know, it's definitely worth it to come to these maps for sure, because you get an insane amount of experience. You level really quick. I mean, pretty much, you know, the way I like to use them, I think now, like, I have a few other characters on here, but I think now more I prefer to, like, maybe just do this like 100, and then kind of go off and, you know, find my equips that I need and whatnot, and just kind of go from there. Because, I mean, if you just solidly do this to level 140, which is what it says in the guide to do, if you were to do this to level 140, you would get to the point where you have like no money. You're not going to be able to max all your skills out that you have for your fort job, and you're just going to run into a lot of issues. With that being said, you know, you'll be level 140, and you know, you won't be able to even get anywhere near being able to get your level 140 gear. So, like I said, you know, I wanna do a little bit with this server. Like, there's not too many people that I see honestly on all the time. Like the top, probably top 5, top 10 people are usually on at least once in a day. And the highest level player at the moment, from what I remember, I haven't looked at it in a, well, I looked at it today. I think it still said 236 and maybe 237. Yeah, no one's 250 quite yet. So there truly isn't a guide for going to 250. I mean, more or less the way I feel like I would kind of do my guide would not be, it would just be more or less like a level, you know, 100, or I mean, a level 1 to 200, not really 250. Myself, I've never gotten a character past level 200. Well, I've gotten a character to 201 on, I think on the Linnea private server, but I've never gotten one past that ever. So, I mean, with that being said, you know, it would definitely take a bit to get to the point where actually having a full-on guide, kind of showing where I've trained. And more or less, it's not going to just be a training guide that I want to make. It'll be even more than that. It'll be making something that's more or less where I'm able to, you know, kind of show people like where you can make money while training, or if you just want to have a good map for training, you know, have that as well. This just really is going to kind of just depend on what you would prefer. Like if you want to make money while you're training, or maybe you want your training to be a little bit slower, but you would prefer to more make money off of it. That's basically what I want to go on, and as well as the money that you get from this, since it is 20 times experience and 20 times money, and I believe 5 times drop. With the Mesa rate being so high, equips that you get really aren't worth messing with. So it is a little bit better to kind of more look at things that it's not too. They don't drop like a billion equips so often. It is the best way to probably do it. Honestly, that's what I would say. Mainly just because of the fact that I mean, unless you obviously you need the equips, for your class, then that's different. Um, like I said, mainly just trying to keep myself playing the server and everything. I mean, because normally whenever I play MapleStory private servers, I kind of die off of it pretty quickly. But I think maybe honestly, possibly making uh, a a series on it would keep me actually playing it instead of just dropping it after a few days or a week or a month. Um, I mean, myself and I'm sure plenty of other people out there that play games, you probably can easily get burnt off on playing a game. You can just be like, oh, I don't want to play this today, and you go and play something else. Next thing you know, you're playing that game for a month, and then you're like, oh, let me go play that other game again. And then you go and play that game for a month. Things like that. I know I'm probably not the only one that does that kind of stuff. I mean, most people, most people out there, would probably play anywhere from, like 3 to maybe even 4 games in a day. Maybe you play different games throughout the day instead of just playing one solid game and that's it. Which, I mean, I did that for a while when playing on the Xbox, but not too much anymore. I really do Xbox stuff. But I'm thinking actually um, now that I actually have Bandicam, the paid version, there might be actually some Xbox stuff. My Elgato's a little bit messed up. Not really sure what's wrong with it. Maybe I need to update the program or software, whatever. Not really sure. But I might actually have to record it with Bandicam, which isn't an issue. I can do that perfectly fine, and it'll look pretty much just like this video does. Because the way I do these videos is basically I just record, knock off the audio, speed up the video, throw it into a video player, and just re-record the video in voiceover. So it'd basically be the same thing for the most part. So yeah, I think basically this series is gonna, for the most part, just gonna be, I mean, pretty much it'll just end up being me just going along playing a Phantom. It might also be a little bit of other stuff. I don't really feel like I will. I don't really know. I mean, like the way I'm titling this is gonna end up being, basically a series of playing a Phantom, but really on the fact of, solidly playing a Phantom, I don't really know if I could really do. I mean, there's too many times where I always like make multiple characters, and then when I get on, I don't know what the hell to play. And at the same time, I kind of want to stay away from that. Not too much like continue doing that, but I'm not really sure, to be honest. I mean, that is one of the things that I enjoy about playing MapleStory is not necessarily just sticking to one character, because that can get a little boring, but I can see why people would do it, because they'd rather not spend like, 100 mil or whatever on another character that they may not even return back to playing again. They might go and find another character they enjoy more and wish they wouldn't have spent that money on that other character. But at the same time, like me, I honestly kind of enjoy playing multiple characters, even though, yeah, if I did only play one character, I would get to the point where, I could easily just fund that one character and have no issue. But that's the one thing about playing multiple characters, though, is because you go through the leveling process, you never know what you find, and with the fact that on here Gachapon tickets randomly drop, you know, while you're training on these new characters you're making, you could end up with, 15, 20 Gachapon tickets. And that apparently is the end. And like I said, I want to do some other stuff for the server and everything, so we'll see you in the next one. Peace.